What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. Rumors of an SBA EIDL reopening. It is Friday, August the 12th, 2022. Please do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And if you got a small business or a side hustle like 100 million Americans do, I ask you please join us at trysmallbiz.com. That's trysmallbiz.com, where you can advertise your company. And for just $1 a day, we'll put you on the homepage more than 150 times every 24 hours. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who just got out of some AVCT at 238 for a 43% profit in about what, a week? And what does the Inspector General's report from a month ago have to do with two anti-fraud laws that passed, and why Miss Isabel Guzman hasn't said a word in about 10 days? So ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair. Grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock on this Friday afternoon. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, in the comments below, who's playing along in the stock market with us? At Try Small Biz on Twitter. Since March, is it March? No, since March the 1st, 6 months, March the 1st, we've had almost 40 trades for nearly 1,300% on your money, meaning if you put 10 grand in, it's worth 130K. And for all those of you that are claiming you don't have any money, if you'd have put $1,000 in and you'd have followed every single trade that I've done, you'd have over 13 G's right now. We just got out of half. I do think the stock is going to go higher. Let's pay attention to what happens after hours. The stochastic's only 38. It's got to go up to 80 to get overbought. So I think it could get another 2, 3, maybe 4 cents next week. But as I've said all week long, and prior to that, in fact, the market is insanely overbought. We've had a 23% rally in the NASDAQ 100 from the June lows, back when I told you to load the boat in an effort to get you 12x on your money. So ladies and gentlemen, who's playing the stock market with me? I want to hear in the comments below, and if you're not, what's wrong with you? All right, I'm going to quickly unpack this as fast as I can so you can have a fantastic weekend. Let's just summarize it for all those that you had. That's all, folks. I'm a little excited about this, right? What a effing day for AVCT. The volume's through the roof, more than 10x. Who was telling you to buy it at 16 cents? Folks, think about it. Oh, get to the point. No, fuck you. I'm going to tell you what happened. $4, $3, $2, $1, 50 cents. It hit 15, and then it started having capitulatory volume through the roof. Volume precedes price. Never forget that. Things start to trade before they move. So I said, hey, this is probably where we get in. 1 penny off an all-time low. Alan, Victor, Charlie, Tom, and what did we just make? 43% in less than a week. So let me know in the comments below. I'll sell the other half on a bounce either tonight after hours or next week. So, good news. Good news. The silence is deafening, isn't it? You've heard rumors. It's all over Reddit. If you're like me and you call the SBA customer service, I don't put the number below. Never call, email, or text anyone in the comments. Even if they look like me, they're stealing my logo. It's a scam. It's a total scam. You'll never see me put an email or a phone number, which, by the way, I'm launching the toll-free number and the UPS store box next week, so you're not going to want to miss it. $1 a day. Give this guy $1 a day. Yeah, I have 13x to my money, but I'm not a multi-gazillionaire. In fact, I left my other company to help you grow yours, so I need more support from premium members that Try Small Biz. But Miss Guzman has been deadly quiet. Patrick Kelly is unavailable. Doesn't answer his phone, hasn't sent an email. Neither one of them have talked about EIDL for the last several days. I'm going to tell you what I think is going on based on a law or two that just passed recently, what the Inspector General report said, and why these customer service reps, about a third of them, are in fact telling you, we're hearing rumors that the EIDL program is going to open. And gee, isn't it convenient right before the election? So, about a month or so ago, and follow me along, watch this a few times if you hadn't already. And again, it's good news, okay? I told you I'm going to get your money regardless of how long it takes. If we have to bring a class action in September, we will, but I don't think it's going to happen, so listen to me carefully. About a month ago, the Inspector General's put out a report scathing And part of the report, and Ryder talked about this over at Skip, was the fact that the SBA has outsourced a huge portion of their customer service and data collection to a third party. When you call the 833 number, especially 6 months or a year ago, and it sounds like somebody's fumbling around on their headset, well, you just woke Martha up after she was petting her cat on the couch in her apartment building, folks. This is not like that. We don't have this vision that they're all in a building in Washington, D.C., and Miss Guzman can say, everybody come on in here, let's have a meeting. Here's how you can tell 125,000 people that are obligated to get their money. No, they're scattered all over the country. But in the Inspector General's report, we learned that they outsourced data collection to a third party. And as part of that contract that ended on June 30th, they were to destroy a large amount of information. Now, part of you would say, okay, we don't need social security numbers, tax returns, 4506Ts in the hands of some outsourced rep who has no clue what they're talking about many times. They come and they go. That's often why your loan officer's gone dark on you in the last 2 years. They just quit. They move along. They go do something else. They realize, man, working for the U.S. federal government really sucks, especially if you're at the FBI. And what is it now? Espionage? Now we're going to have to, what is it going to be? China? Russia? How about both? Trump was on the take. He was getting billions of dollars from President Xi and Putin. I mean, where is it going to end? I don't know, but this much I do know. A red tsunami is coming because Beer Nuts Biden, whoever came up with this idea to have people go in, and by the way, it's 9 hours on tape. They were watching it from where is it, Bedminster? Or no, it was at Trump Tower. I can't wait to see the commercials of these motherfuckers thumbing through, supposedly for 22 minutes, according to the New York Post, Melania's closet. Imagine if they're in there holding up panties, and now it's gone from nuclear fucking files to espionage. My ass. Inspector General report, a little bit of a sideshow there, pointed out that they destroyed a number of records. So here's what, in simple terms, this is what happens when you make 43% on your money in less than a week. I'm fired up. Who's fired up? Who's following me in these fucking trades at Try Small Biz on Twitter? And by the way, when is the tech service going to start launching? As soon as we hit 500 premium members. How many do we have right now? 375. The problem is 16% churn rate. 16% quit within a month or two of signing up. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. If you want me texting to your phone what I'm buying and selling in real time, boy, he's all over the place. Yeah, it's Friday. If you want me texting you in real time what I'm buying and selling so you don't have to follow me religiously by the second on Twitter, as soon as we hit 500 premium members. But it's only for small business owners. Don't get a premium membership just so I can text you stock picks. It's totally separate. But give me a chance. And by the way, you're going to hear me talk about a lot about this in the coming days and weeks. 25,000 potential customers. Right here. 25,000 potential customers coming to your doorstep on or before 2025. They're going to be on site. You can email them all right now for free. We've got some major upgrades coming in the next couple of months that are going to blow your ass away. So imagine you're at a cocktail party. You're in a lounge in Vegas, which we will definitely do someday, and there's 25,000 people there. And you say, hey, how's it going? What do you do? Oh, my name is Sarah. I make the world's greatest chocolate chip cookies. If you ever want a free sample, let me know. You should send that 2-sentence email to everyone on site. And imagine being able to do it 25,000 times within the next few years. And all you're going to have to invest is $1 a day, a total of about $1,000 for 25,000 potential clients or sources of referral, or dare I say both? So the Inspector General, they outsourced all this data. We find out through Ryder, the press, etc. Millions of files are lost. So if you're the SBA, Ms. Guzman, Patrick Kelly, and you're under intense pressure from colleagues that outrank you, 70 in the House, 50 in the Senate, led by Joe Manchin and Big Ben Cardin. And might I remind you, Ms. Isabel Guzman is a registered Democrat in the state of California. The last thing she wants to do is give the middle finger to people that are much more powerful than she is. So the question is, and this is what I'm going to answer today, why are they not doing anything? Why are they not listening to the orders of the letter from Manchin and what Ben Cardin told Patrick Kelly? In my opinion, based on everything I've heard in the last 48 hours, is they're in a bit of a bind. They've lost a ton of files. So if you're going to come out and say, hey, all of you unworkables, if you'd like one more chance like this crazy motherfucker is trying to get you, we're going to have access to your files. And if they suddenly are missing a ton of information, that's a case closed in the court of law. So rather than come out and incriminate themselves and say, you know, we'd like to give you one more chance, or you unworkables, maybe they can't even find them. Yeah, I'm not saying this is a guarantee, but I've heard a lot of shit in the last 48 hours. Maybe they can't even clarify who for real is in the obligated pile. They somehow know, gee, we think there's 125,000. That is what we told Ben Cardin in the Senate hearing last Tuesday, but we're not quite sure because we don't have all the data. Because part of the contract that ended on June 30th from a totally separate third party is that to protect you, supposedly, they were to destroy information and documents. They probably thought that was it, right? Well, with this guy and the great Speak and See, who's done some tremendous videos, by the way, and Ryder, of course, who never mentions my name, but that's okay, over at Skip. They have heard our call, and we ain't going anywhere, and hey, we want our 10K while we're at it. So they probably thought when the contract ended on June the 30th, follow me here, watch this again. June the 30th, the contract ends. The Inspector General says all this data is missing. Then all of a sudden, here comes a letter from the Senate that goes along with 70 members of the House. It said, finish the job. You have $800 million of idle subsidies that leverages up to $7 billion of idle loan increase. You reopen that fucking program and you do it now, hopefully before the election, because now that Beer Nuts Biden has overplayed his hand and they're charging the former president supposedly now with espionage, we need all the help we can get. We need to bribe some small business owners. So here's Miss Guzman and Patrick Kelly sitting there going, holy shit. We thought the program was going to end. That's what we've been told. We told the third party to destroy all this data, all these files. Now we don't have the files. Now the Congress is coming back along with this guy and the other two, and they're demanding that you get your money, and they're not fucking going anywhere. In fact, that Jason guy, the one that gets too close to the camera and looks like he's been in the sun all day and cranked up on whatever, haven't touched drugs in 16 years, believe it or not. Now he's threatened to sue us in the largest class action lawsuit in history starting September the 2nd at midnight if we don't give these people that are in obligated and or workable files one more chance or access to their money. So, I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And if you don't believe me, Monday, make 10 phone calls. Maybe invite a friend over. Hi. I'm waiting on my idle loan increase. I need to check and see if I'm obligated. Well, we're unable to give you that information. They no longer, in many cases, say the funds are exhausted, so they're making progress. But then say, hey, I'm seeing a lot of chatter online and on Reddit that the idle program's going to reopen, at least 3 or 4 in 10. And this was not the case last week, ladies and gentlemen. Or say, yeah, we're hearing rumors. There's no guarantees. I'm telling you right now, they're scrambling to find the data. They're scrambling to find the files. They're scrambling to protect themselves so they don't get crushed in the court of law. And when and only when do they think their ass is covered, or they come up with an idea that they can step forward in front of the cameras late August, early September, after Labor Day, right before the election? Oh, guess what? You're not going to believe this, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to get in touch with our old vendor, and we had a bit of a file problem, but turns out there was a backup, and we've resolved it all. So if you'd like to call this phone number, we'll be able to tell you if you're obligated. And we have great news right before the election, of course. Anyone who's in an unworkable file, reconsideration as the number one example, is going to get one more chance to prove your case. And if you're qualified, You got a 45060 and let's say a credit score of 600 or thereabouts, you are going to get the EIDL loan increase money that you were promised. So ladies and gentlemen, in a video that went a bit overboard, we're going to get you this fucking money. Always remember that I love you, and thank you so much for watching.